Hey there, my friends. Stay with me here, okay? It's going to be worth it. One of the interesting passages in the Bible comes from Mark. And this passage, interestingly enough, is not in all of the original, earliest manuscripts, if you will. But it's one that comes to mind when we talk about faith and the strength of one's faith as a believer in Jesus and in the God of the Bible. So Jesus was ticked off when he resurrected, and people didn't believe that he had risen. And he told a group that were stubbornly refusing to believe that he had risen again. He said to them, "Go into all the world and preach the gospel to all creation. Whoever believes and is baptized will be saved, but whoever does not believe will be condemned. And these signs will accompany those who believe. In my name they will drive out demons. They will speak in new tongues. They will pick up snakes with their hands, and when they drink deadly poison, it will not hurt them at all. They will place their hands on sick people, and they will get well." Well, was Jesus lying? Did he misspeak? Some people, the apologists, already have come up with answers to this. Many dispute this passage in Mark's gospel, and some scholars and Christians at large believe that these verses may have been added much later and were not part of the original text. And it's interesting. I love putting in biblical passages into AI to see what AI does with it. And AI was just off the charts panicking over this one, saying this should not be interpreted as literal. It's not literal instruction to start handling snakes and drinking poison and doing all this stuff. It does not guarantee immunity from harm. And many apologists are actually saying this verse is symbolic, and it's meant to represent the power of faith and the protection of God. But why be symbolic? Why not literal? If this all-powerful, all-loving God truly said this, I mean, these words are attributed to Jesus Christ himself. And my point is, I guess, that no believer, even your most hardcore believer, is going to handle a snake, I don't think, and think they're not going to get bitten. They're not going to drink poison and think something horrible is not going to happen to them. They're not casting out demons from people, and they're not healing the sick. They're certainly not healing the sick. They're not doing any of these things. Comment down below if you think this was meant to be symbolic, if you think this was truly added years later after the original Gospel of Mark. And what is the point of this, really? Why symbolically represent the power of faith and the protection that God would give us instead of taking it literally, right? If Jesus said this stuff, or if Jesus is capable, being all-powerful and all, of protecting people from these harms, if they believe and if they've been baptized, then what gives here? I know a little bit longer than usual, and I know our attention spans aren't long, so let me know in the comments that you got to the end here, and share your thoughts on this passage.